How you doing, guys? Big Mac Ghazghkull here again today, back once again with another episode of my Ghazghkull painting series. I'm just turning my speaker down before I come and blast myself off from this other angle over here. Got Marcos Castellanos joining us in the chat once again, the regular in these streams now. First person in quite often. Got Essex Boys joining us in the chat. Welcome, mate. 5 people watching now. Unbelievable this early on. Fantastic stuff. I've got another snazzy shirt on. This is my last snazzy shirt unless I go out and invest in some more snazzy shirts. I forgot to change that Patreon though, didn't I? That Patreon donation level. Maybe I'll change that to a snazzy shirt fund. The $12 one. Drop it down to $10 maybe, and then have a snazzy shirt fund, and you get a shout out in the video or something like that. My Patreon really needs looking at altogether though, because got the Bard, welcome joining us in the chat, mate. Thanks for joining us. Roxy the Riveter again, fantastic stuff. Yes, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, I need to look at my Patreon properly. I've finished watching Picard now, so I was thinking about doing like sharing my thoughts of Picard on what's it called? A video, like a review video on Patreon, but more like thoughts rather than review. It's not like an in-depth review. I've just realised as well I've not got any water to wash my brushes, so I'll have to nip into the kitchen and grab some water shortly. Yeah, so one thing I did do on Patreon, or started to do, was reviews of books. I didn't get many videos up before sort of the whole COVID situation hit, so I didn't keep that up very well because I was going to the cinema. I was going to be reviewing films and stuff like that. Got Jamie Bates joining us in the chat. Welcome, mate. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so it's something I intend to do is get back to doing reviews and sharing thoughts and coffee tastings, which well, I don't know if I'll continue them. I enjoy the coffee. Well, I enjoy the coffee, but for some reason recently I'm finding it really difficult to pick out what coffee I've got a coffee here, by the way, in Steve-O's mug, 6+ Steve-O's mug. I looted from him. So yeah, it's the coffee tastings I was doing. They're pretty basic, and I'm a bit of a simpleton, so they weren't amazing, the coffee tastings. It's not like, oh, you should definitely try this one because I said so. It's more like, I like this coffee, yeah. And I pick out the things that I can taste in it, whether it's a nutty coffee, a more tobacco-y coffee, or something like that. But yeah, I tend to. I felt like I was just saying. It's very caramelly. It's got caramelly notes in the coffee tasting, so that's why they didn't continue for too long. But hey, anyway, you'll be unsurprised probably to hear as well that Ghazghkull hasn't had any paint on him since last week. The only painting I seem to do at the minute is on these streams on. Oh, England versus Denmark just kicking off, and the blue and brown bins are going out tomorrow. Fantastic stuff. Still waiting for my green bin to be picked up from last week though, so they need to sort out that, the council. Anyway, what was I going to say? What was I saying? I'm sure it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, you'll be the only painting I've been doing recently is on these streams, so it's good that I try and keep into the groove of getting these streams up on Tuesdays. This week I'm not out on the road as well, so I'm tempted to go a little bit later this week, all the way to 10 o'clock maybe. But no doubt, because I'm drinking this coffee, I'm going to have to rush off at some point to the toilet, and you get to see my snazzy pants as well as my snazzy shirt, and how much they clash. Yeah, so how's everyone doing? What's everyone working on? People just saying hello in the chat. Normally, I do read Marcos's War out, but I've not read it out yet, apart from just then. But I feel like that wasn't really doing it justice, because he put so much effort in with the 4 exclamation marks in his War. So I will read it, and it's a War. There we go. Now I've got that out of the way, and my neighbours thinks I'm mental. Yeah, let's crack on with the painting. I took my boots off and forgot the bins. Oh no, bad times, Bard, bad times. That's not what you need. I do that. I get in from work the day normally when the day the bins have been collected. Bins have been collected. Bins have been collected. Yeah, normally I get in from work and then I take my boots off, because that's what I do. I get into a routine of getting in from work, taking my boots off. I don't want to be traipsing mud around the house and stuff like that. But then I'm like, oh, I need to bring the bin in. So then I've got to put my boots back on and then walk all the way down to the bins, drag the bins in if it's been emptied. Well, last week it wasn't emptied, like I said. So, yeah, I did notify the council, but they didn't get back to me, unfortunately. Marcus is working on accounts as Pain Boy. Excellent stuff. I'm going to rush into the kitchen now. Talk amongst yourselves. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to rush into the kitchen. I'll give you the thumbnail again. And yes, I'll be back shortly because I just need some water. I'm back, and you didn't see my pants because I'm that sneaky. I put up the thumbnail. But yeah, you might see them later when I forget to put up the thumbnail, no doubt, when I rush off to the toilet, like I said. So, yeah, there's no more paint on Ghazghkull yet. He's got black pants, but a silver top at the minute. So I'm going to whack some silver top on. Ooh, there's some beeping cars outside. I'm going to whack some black paint on his upper tonight, and then you can see how much of a rush job I do on him. It's not a, I mean, it'll look like a rush job, but it won't be a quick job. Really need to shave my hair as well. I'm looking at this light bouncing off my head. And I am not impressed. Whew. Are those flamingos? They certainly are flamingos, yes. Look at that. Flamingos, plenty of them. All, or not all of them, but some of them on one leg, some of them on two legs. Oh, it's very exciting stuff on my shirt tonight. I wonder if I should just finish a little fella tonight instead of working on Ghazghkull. Nah, I better get some more paint on Ghazghkull. Because, other than his face, I'm really happy with his face, the job I did in his face. Come on. Yeah, look at that. Oh, it's focused. Amazing. Unbelievable. Yeah, so I'm happy with the job I did in his face, and I need to get the body up to the same level, the same standard, just the same level of paint job, not like the same standard or anything like that. But you know, just slap some paint on him. I need to get some on. So let's dampen my brush first, moisten my brush. What is going on in the chat? Flamingos are literally my favourite animal. Excellent stuff, Roxy. Oh, yeah, we're at the bottom of the chat. Unbelievable. I thought for some reason in my head I was like, oh, there's got to be more chat than that. But there isn't. It doesn't matter. Oh, don't forget as well, 6 watching and 7 likes. I was going to say, don't forget, if you've not already done so, make sure you drop me a like. Give you a thumbs up on this stream. Oh, 7 likes. Well, I've just said that, haven't I? I got excited. I thought there was an additional like, but no, it's just the same number of likes. Yes, 6 watching and 7 likes, so excellent stuff. Great start to the stream, like I said, and a fantastic active group of chatters, as always. Should we, before I get started on painting, should we see if there's anything on the community site to check out? Oh yeah, I want to show you this. If you've not already seen it, you've probably already seen it. But I just want to show you this... Cadian officer, not miniature, action figure that has been made by Green Wolf Studios. So we need a screen share one. I'm looking for. I've forgotten how to do the scenes. I'm like, which one is it? It's this one, the screen share one. Yeah, this Cadian officer from Green Wolf is interesting. He's an interesting looking fella. To me, it looks like someone's made an action man. Oh, we need to make sure we get his face in screen. Yeah, so it looks like someone's taken an action man and converted it into a Warhammer appropriate figure. It's nice looking. What I find slightly weird about the like the Bandai action figures we've seen of the Imperial Fist now and the Salamanders and the Ultramarines. They're never quite in the proportions that you see in 40k. So the Space Marines we've seen, the shoulder pads are a lot smaller, the backpack's a lot smaller, things like that. So it always looks slightly odd to me at first. It's like, well, that doesn't really look like a 40k guy, because everyone knows on the miniatures, the 40k miniatures, they have massive wrists as big as your necks and stuff, because of the heroic scale that they're done in, and the heads are bigger, and so on and so forth. So these are actually more like, the proportions are closer to a real human than they are a miniature. So it's always slightly almost jarring at first, but not in a bad way or anything. But you can see there's a lot of love gone into this, I think, for me. They're like the sort of is that khaki, that colour, that deserty colour, or is green khaki's green, isn't it? I think. Anyway, this deserty colour of the fabric, it does look like something you just find on an action man to me. But there's nothing wrong with that, because it's appropriate. It's something you find in the military in real life, this kind of colour. But then you look closely and you look at his belt and all the different pouches on his belt. It looks like he's maybe got a canister in here or something. He's got a little one here for a little camera so he can take snapshots with his crew. And then he's got a massive, well, it's not that big. Another thing that's not that big is his chainsword. You can see he's got articulation on his wrist like a Barbie kind of thing. But you can see the joint, which for me is a little bit off-putting, but hey, it makes him more posable, and most of the time that's going to be covered up. Yeah, it's really it's nice how they've got las pistols, but the weapons are a lot smaller than you see on miniatures. On the miniatures, a Cadian holding a chainsword, the chainsword looks like almost as big as him, and the las pistol looks as long as his arm, whereas this las pistol is, as the length of his forearm, let's say. So it's not quite the same proportions. That's why it's always a little bit, doesn't quite look right somehow. To me, anyway. Yeah, so what do you all think of that? I'm looking forward to seeing an Orc one in the future, and I hope we get to see one in the not too distant future. Right, let's have a look in the chat. I'm working on accounts as Painboy. I'm making Orky Town board. Oh, excellent stuff, Essex boys. Did you mention Orky Town in the latest battle report where you faced off against the Ultramarines? I think you did, didn't you? You said you're hoping to have a board ready for the next time you meet the Ultramarines. Yeah, so I look forward to seeing that. You do some fantastic boards, I've got to say. I wanted to see pants go, damn it. Hello, Essex boys. Lol at Roxy the Riveter. Wait, are those flamingos? Flamingos are literally my favourite animal. They make fart noises. The flamingos? I assume you mean the flamingos, or flamingos in real life, not the ones on my shirt, because these ones, I mean, there we go. Community, great. It is indeed. Action Man. Yes, the Bard, he does look like an action man. As I said, he's very much looks like an action man. Proportions closer to real humans, so I think he's always going to look like an action man when you compare him to a 40k miniature, like a commissar miniature, or is he a sergeant? He's just Cadian officer, it says. I get more old school 12-inch G.I. Joe vibes. I can see that. To be honest, I don't know much about G.I. Joe myself. But yeah, I can see, just like that general 12-inch action figure kind of thing. Yeah, I used to have loads of action men when I was a boy. I even dressed up as an action man once for, it was actually a 1940s fancy dress, because in primary school we were, I think, studying World War II and the 1940s and stuff like that in our history lessons, and we had a dance that was like a fancy dress, and it was 1940s fancy dress, and Action Man, I think, came out in the 1940s, so I dressed as an Action Man. It was very exciting. Actually, more hot toys. I'll have to have a look into all of these. Yeah, in the UK it was Action Man. Check out Toy Galaxy for history of G.I. Joe Action Man. Excellent, I will do. It does look like something Hot Toys would do. Like Barbie, haha. Yes, it's not quite like, but Barbie tends to have, I think, a complete skin over the top, so you can't see where the joints move. So when I said like Barbie, I'm probably doing Barbie a disservice there. These ones you can see where the joints move. I feel like most Barbies, you can't see where the joints are, apart from like the hips and the shoulders possibly, but I might be wrong there. I've not spent that much time recently looking at Barbies, so I could be very wrong there. It's gorgeous, definitely a boutique figure, so probably $100 mark. Yeah, 180 says the Bard. He thinks the flamingo's bird call in real life is a fart sound. Ah, is it one of them? I don't know. I feel like it might be one of them. Strange. Playing against Custodes on Friday, so need to get a wriggle on. Oh, for the board, yes. If you're trying to get it ready for Friday, yeah, excellent stuff. I'd love to see you wipe some Custodes, wipe the smirks off some Custode players' face. Destroy them golden gits. So let's come back out and see if there's anything else to check out on the old community side before I get a crack on with the painting. But hoping to get a little bit more paint on Ghazghkull tonight, as I said at the top of the stream. I'm nearly burping here. This is what happens when you drink coffee on stream. Okay. No, butterfly hinges on most of the dolls. Ah, cool. I don't know what butterfly hinges, but cool. I could have a quick Google, but I'm not going to, because I'm taking up valuable stream time. So we've got Rumour Engine here. It looks like, let's have a quick speculation on what the Rumour Engine could be. It's not Orky, I can tell you that. Is it? I thought it was loading up then, but it's not loading up. Here we go. Here's your Rumour Engine. It's a sword with a cage or whatever you call it around it. It looks a bit Sylvanethy to me, but it might not be. It could be something like Fulgrim with a Len blade. It could be anything. I don't know what it is. I'm not too interested in that myself. But yeah, could be anything. It's probably a new Painboy miniature, I think. I'm building Raven Guard company at the minute. Excellent stuff. Oh, I love a good Raven Guard force. Thoughts on the new High Elves? I like a lot of the High Elves myself, especially the Cavalry. The Cavalry are fantastic. They are... Let's come back out because there's some on the community site. That's probably why you've asked me, isn't it? Yeah, the Cavalry, I love the Cavalry. But then the Big Mountain Cows, they're a bit weird, aren't they? Big Mountain Bulls, cows, I don't know which they are. Are they male confirmed or female? Yeah, they're interesting. They don't look very elvish, I'd say. Elvish? Or Elvis? I must say. Oh, that's Johnny Bravo, not Elvis. Yeah, they don't look very elven. That's probably what I should have gone for. Because you don't tend to see elves with hammers, in my experience. I have very limited experience of elves, basically Lord of the Rings, and... I'm not frozen, don't worry. I was just thinking. Basically Lord of the Rings and... Warhammer. I was like, what? Yeah, I've never played D&D and stuff, so my experience is largely with Warhammer. Or yeah, they're quite nice though, these miniatures. Whatever you think about them being elven or not, they're really, sort of elegant looking miniatures. I like them, but elven, not convinced. The mountains on the shoulders are really interesting. And I did watch some of the launch stuff for these when they revealed the boxes and miniatures and stuff. And I think it's the lore behind it. It sounded cool and was potentially something that could, hey up, Grawley, how you doing, mate? I just read your comment, so I used it as a greeting myself. Got Grawley joining us in the chat. Welcome, long time no here. Don't have a cow about the elves and the miniatures. Yeah, they are interesting, the elven miniatures. But I like the aesthetic of these new sort of high elf kind of things in fantasy. What are they called? Is it Lumineth Realm Lords? Yeah, Lumineth Realm Lords. I like the overall aesthetic. The cow helms and stuff, they're a bit off to one side of what you might have known them to be previously in Warhammer Fantasy, but they are definitely interesting, let's say. The pre-orders, here we go. So we should see some of the kits in the pre-order section, which have just gone live this Saturday. I could probably just go to the Games Workshop website and have a look, but let's click on this. For some reason, I'm having to click on everything twice this stream, which is slightly irritating. Yeah, so we got this fella, which is, I think, £105 or something ridiculous. It's like, what? It's a nice looking model, don't get me wrong, but especially though it's painted up with the sort of tiger stripes on the feathers going to the tips of the feathers there. It's very regal looking. Oh, I'm tired already. Maybe I won't be on for that long tonight. But yeah, it's very regal looking, and I think that's the what they were going for there, isn't it? What miniature is it? The Light of Eltharion. Typical. You wait for a reborn legend of the world that was, and two show up at once. The Light of Eltharion brings another much loved high elf back. Oh, is that one? Yeah, that's that one. So we're looking at this one. Archmage Teclis and Selenar, Spirit of Hish. So that's Teclis basically, which is one of the elven, I want to say gods now. I don't know if he's actually achieved god status, but I think he has. He's like the father of the Lumineth Realm Lords. In the same way Tyrion, I think, is Tyrion the father of the Deepkin? I feel like he is, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know tons about the lore of Age of Sigmar, and I couldn't really get into it too enthusiastically. That's one of the reasons I stopped doing the Mortal Realms coverage. This coffee's going cold. I need to speed up the drinking of it, I think. Yeah, the nice minis. And this one, the Light of Eltharion, it's like empty armor. You see here, like it's just there's nothing there. Obviously the arm's connected to the cloak in some way, and this arm's connected to the cloak and the shoulder pad, but it just looks like it's ghostly moving armor with no one inside it. It's a really cool idea for a miniature, if nothing else, and I think they've executed it really well there. And then these ones with the plumes on the heads, I think they look fantastic. The spearmen or spear crew, I've not seen these before, I don't think. These bow and arrow peeps, they're nice as well. Overall, I really do like the aesthetic of, and the way this is painted. Just look at that face, the way they've painted that face. It looks like a sheer sort of fabric. Sheer, is that the right word? I think it is. So you can see through it. You can see the face. It's like someone's neck curtains are blown across the face when they've gone to look out the window. Yeah, so really nice looking miniature, that. And then some spells. And then, we've not got the cavalry, but we do have these dice, which are really weird, but I think kind of cool. These dice, really odd. But anyway, let's nip back to here. Anything else interesting in here we need to look at? Not so much, really. The Bandai. Let's have a look at the Imperial Fist, seeing as I'm an Imperial Fist fanboy. Yeah, the Imperial Fist, that gun is just beastly, isn't it? And the angle they've taken that from. What I find interesting is you can't see the backpack at all. And that's what I meant before when I said the proportions are all different. I'm guessing it's got a backpack on it for this picture and they didn't just forget to put it on. Or maybe you can see the backpack, it's just this bit here between the shoulder pad and the gorget. Just that bit there. And the silhouette completely changes, so it doesn't look immediately like you'd expect it to look. If you take it from a higher angle, take the picture from a higher angle, you sort of lose that domineering sort of feel that they probably wanted to achieve with the way they took the picture. But yeah, it's a really nice display piece, if nothing else. I really like that, but it's probably going to be 80 quid was the Ultramarine one, I think. And then the Salamanders one's pretty cool as well. But yeah, I'm tempted to get one, but I don't think I will get one. Have the pre-orders gone up, or are they going up this Saturday? I can't remember. September 12th to September 19th. You can pre-order for a week. And then you'll have to wait till March 21 to see if you can get it. Or they're going to be loaded in March 21, then between March and April delivered. Yeah, so it's interesting. I'll have a look. I'll see how much they are, but I can't imagine I'll get one myself. But when they do an Orc one like that, I could be very tempted by an Orc one. Let's jump back to the chat, and we don't want to do a screen share anymore, do we? So the chat is going off. Moo, says the bard. Hey Gar, says Essex Boys. We've got Rivets and Dakwa joining us in the chat as well. Welcome. And Alexandre Chiurana Maurel. Greetings from Barcelona. Greetings from Manchester. welcome. Roxy saying she thinks that Mini's absolutely gorgeous. I assume she means the big cow god, the cow avatar type thing. It's a really interesting looking Mini for sure. Aesthetically, I don't immediately think elves when I see it. I just think, ooh, cool Mini. But yeah, it's just the overall aesthetic of the Realm Lords I really like. So I could get behind that Mini, absolutely. I think I'd be interested to see if anybody would convert that into like an avatar of war for an Eldari force or something like that. Anybody else joining us in the chat that I've not shouted out already? I don't believe so. So we have how many watching now? Let's pop on over to the YouTube. 9 people watching, unbelievable. 8 likes now. We're falling behind on likes. What's that about? We need more likes. So if you've not liked and you are watching and you are enjoying what you're watching, if you don't like it, don't give me a thumbs down. Or do it if you want, but it's not the end of the world. Give us a thumbs up. If you could take a couple of seconds to do that, would be absolutely spectacular. And Riverson Daka saying, "Hey up." Hammers. What the elf doing with hammers? Exactly. It is a bit weird. It's not you don't think of a hammer as being an elegant weapon, and elves, if anything, you think of as elegant. So it's a bit odd at first. A bit of I use this word a lot at the minute, but a bit jarring when you first see it. I don't know why I keep using the word jarring. I do that. I think I hear someone use a word and it's like, oh, I should use that more. And then I just use it more by accident, unintentionally, without thinking, I guess, is what I mean. I don't like the new tech list. Bit of Alibaba looks. Yeah, with the flowing robes, I get what you mean. The sort of parachute pants and stuff like that. I can imagine them just bumping into the MC Hammer dance. Can't touch it. Ooh. Ooh, can't touch it. Ooh. I shouldn't sing this song live on stream because if I do, I'll get demonetized. So I'll shut up. Roxy, I'm sure Raven Guard will look beautiful nonetheless. Yes, I'm sure they will as well. I do love a good Raven Guard force. I really like Deliverance Lost, the Heresy book. At the minute, I'm reading War of the Orcs, which is the latest Warhammer Adventures book, the kids' books. Because I'm a child, so I read the kids' books. And then I pass them off to my godson, and he gets them eventually and works his way through them. And he gets to be really geeky about Warhammer. Oh, 11 likes and only 8 watching. Spectacular. He gets to be really geeky about Warhammer and get into it as much as me one day, so I've always got an opponent to play. That's the plan, anyway. Lumineth are the new High Elves. Not sure if I like them yet, but my teeth... my teeth in Warhammer fantasy battles with high elves, excellent stuff. What? God, I'm trying to work out what you're trying to say there. It says "it my teeth" into Warhammer fantasy battles. There's just a letter missing, I think. Bit my teeth, cut my teeth. It'll be cut my teeth probably. Yes, my RG will look good and depressed. Emo guard. He's not a god. He's not a god, and he's not coming out. He's a very naughty cow. I really like the base of one of the miniatures we looked at, I assume. I'm sure it was nice. Is it the one Teclis and whatever was stood on, or is it it doesn't matter anyway. Essex Def Emo. More like hippies to me. The Raven Guard more like hippies. Or the thing is, you probably mean the Lumineth Realm Lords, don't you? Those dice look like corks. They do look like corks. I like kind of wacky ideas for dice, like the Death Guard ones, where they were soft and squidgy in the middle. It was like hard plastic around the outside. I bet they don't roll evenly at all. I bet they're dead, like, terribly weighted, but they're just cool kind of dice, aren't they? What was I going to say before? I'll get back to that, because I've just remembered something I was going to say. It's not that exciting if you're into the orky stuff, but it's stuff for my channel and the future of the channel. Nonetheless, not like not a big drastic thing. Let's get to the bottom of this chat. Have you checked my IG? No, I haven't. What's your name on IG? Alexandre. Howdy from Texas. I up from Yorkshire. It was me. I always forget. I recently saw an American YouTuber using chat donations like a jukebox. He took requests and played a lot of copyrighted music. Interesting. I think you can get your stream shut down if you play copyrighted music though. So I myself, I wouldn't be wanting to do that. I'd rather just play... I don't know, because I don't know the ins and outs of it. So I wouldn't want to complicate my streaming life with things like that. Although it's not a bad idea because it keeps the vibe going and stuff. And I know people used to love Dredge streams when he was doing his jukebox selections. Here we go. Servants of the Pain. Full of stuff of our beloved hobby. I'll check it out and drop a subscribe a follow on Instagram. You said Instagram, didn't you? Pretty sure you said Instagram. Nope. Yes, you did. Sorry. Right. Let's. Any score in the England match? It's not kicked off yet, I don't think. IG. Go into my Big Mac Dance Goal account. Search. I need to get a bit better at using Instagram. I don't always post on there. Servants. Servan. Servants of the Pain. Pain spelt Pein. Nice. That Space Wolf dude looks well cool. Oh, he's got a tattoo on his head as well. That's excellent. It's one of the Blade Guard veterans, isn't it? That nice. Deathwatch guy. That is nice as well. The where's that head from on the Deathwatch guy with the big power fist? That's really cool. Excellent stuff. What I'll do is give you a follow, and then I'll just quickly search on YouTube and see if I can share this on a screen share. Quickly search on YouTube. What am I talking about? I'll quickly search on the internet. Over here. Searchy. SERVANTSOFTHEPEININST. Agram. Boom shakalaka. Let's see if we can get this and view it and share it without having to log in. I would love to sign in as Big Mac Dance School, but I can't remember my password at this time. So what I'll do is not log in. Hopefully I can still view everything. Come on, get rid of that. Close. Oh yes, look at this. Look at this. Technological genius here. Right, so I'll do a quick screen share again, and then we can all have a look at some of this cool hobby stuff together. These Tau planes are pretty cool. I've not got into the game with the planes. I can't even remember what it's called. Aeronautica Imperialis. I've not gotten into that. But this one over here as well with the Space Wolf guy. He looks well cool, this fella. Excellent stuff. Oh, I've just realised I'm trying to hover over it. But yeah, this guy, this guy here. That's really cool. And then let's click on this. Scroll down. Got a Mortarian there on the right. You can just see a bit of as I slide down. Not quite finished yet by the looks of it. A demon here. Is this one of the Forge World ones from Horus Heresy, or is it something from a different company? Actually, it looks like a Balrog head. Is that a Balrog head? And it's a converted demon. Not too sure. A little bit of work in progress on the Space Wolf dude there, the Blade Guard veteran. That kill team board looks cool. The Death Guard over on this side. Let's scooch across. I need to sort this. What do I do here? How do I make this smaller? More smaller. Here we go. So I can get more on the... there we go, that's better. Yeah, so these Death Guard Poxwalkers look cool. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen now to be scrolling down. Click on that again. Scroll down. Yeah, so this This Deathwatch dude here, where is that head from? Is that from one of the Necromunda gangs, I wonder? Let's have a quick look if you've said in the thing, in the chat. Roxy the Riveter is Roxy_Riveter on Instagram. Make sure you give her a follow. Hey guys, check out John at Orcs Minis after this. Paint and chat. Paint and chat on YouTube or Twitch or something. Or on Instagram. Another stream after this seems to be a tradition. It does indeed. There's so many streams going on in our wonderful community at the minute, so there's always plenty more to go on. Yeah, it's a converted demon. Excellent stuff. Oh, I love this head, this Space Wolf head there. That came in the Space Wolf upgrade set, didn't it? I got one of them just for that head. I think it's a fantastic head. I think I'll probably end up using it as an Imperial Fist head, but I was going to convert it into a Space Wolf Master of Executions, which is one of the captains on YouTube. Excellent stuff. Nice little head swap on this fella here. Oh, some great heads here you've got, haven't you? Let's have a click on. Oh, I can't look at the pictures any closer because I'm not logged into my account and I can't remember my password. Oh, converted Thork there, nice. Thor, Orc, and a Deadpool as well. Excellent. I do love little conversions like that, crossover conversions and stuff. I've got an Orc-eye myself. Where is he? There. I can see him in my cabinet. I'm not going to bring him to the camera because he never got finished like most of my projects. Or this Space Wolf Primaris Thunderwolf Cavalry. Excellent. Yeah, there's the closer look at the Deadpool Orc dude. Excellent stuff. With a big shooter. I'm guessing that's for a kill team. Oh, what? Shut up. Why does it keep telling me? Oh, to continue login. No, I don't want to continue. Oh. Right, anyway, I can't scroll down any further because that's being a little numpty. So what I'll do is come back to a face focus and I'll try and get a bit of a paint on a bit of paint on a bit of a miniature. I'll finish this coffee first because it's gone cold now, and I will get my thingy up. What's that other stream called? I want to see if it's live now. Where is it? I know Rivets and Daka said it, I think, but I've lost it now. Check out John at Orcs Minis. There we go. Right, I'll check it out. I'll see if I can get it up on my phone myself. Have it very quiet. Oh, here we go. EARTH0X Minis. That was right, wasn't it? Yes. Oh no, it's not showing up. Not to worry. Anyway, right. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get rid of my cup. No, I won't. I'll just put a bit of water in it so it doesn't go funny. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll pour my whole bottle of water into my cup. And then... Oh, yes. Look at that. Smart water. The Orc Vengers. Yeah, I was going to do some Orc Vengers myself. And started with an Orc Eye. And then I never got any further than that. It was for a YouTuber's conversion years ago. And it was when the Flash kits first came out, the new Flash kits. So what I did, I ordered from Bitsbox, I think. This was it was basically a bow from a kit that was like one of the Warhammer Fantasy kits. Might have been a Lizard Man kit. It was a bow from that, and I cut it and I took a knob's arm and then a straightish arm, and then it's got another arm sort of pulled back. I think it was just one of the ones that holds the weapons, the snaz guns. And it actually works really well. So, I might finish that one day and crack on. Right, what shall I do now? I shall get some paint on Ghazghkull. Oh my giddy aunt. I always try and make sure I've got Steve-O's mug, but he's never in the chat anymore. He must be busy, not to worry. What was the latest episode of... Oh, that's what was after my stream last week, wasn't it? The premiere of the War Bosses of the Apocalypse latest video. And then I went to bed and I fell asleep. I commented like early on in the premiere and then I just fell asleep. And then I ended up watching it the next day. What was it about? Was it about? I can't remember. Dan, would you be amazed if you see the whole Orc Vengers gang? I wouldn't be amazed because I'm sure you've done it. But I'd be delighted. I'd be delighted, not amazed. Yeah, definitely delighted. I was going to, when Endgame came out, around the time Endgame came out, I got the urge to convert up a load of, not Goliath, Escher gangers into the female heroes in Endgame. And I got bits together to start with Nebula, and then I was going to move on to Gamora, and then on to blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And I was going to do all the men as orcs and all the women as Escher gangers. Yeah, so it'd be... but I never... Again, another project, I started with the idea and I got excited about it. And I started getting bits together and stuff, and then I just never followed through with it. But yeah, there was Valkyrie as well. I was going to do Valkyrie. Using bits from the Sisters of Silence. Because I've got a few Sisters of Silence kits. That I've not even started to build because I'm useless. I don't know what I'm doing here. Sometimes I go for the bottle, sometimes I go for the cup. Alright, let's get this Black Templar open, hey? This contrast paint. Oh yes. See if we can't get some more paint on Gazzy boy. Oh, I should have put some white over that skull there, never mind. All round there. Just looking at a reference image on the screen next to me. I could put that up on screen for you if you wanted something a bit more interesting than my face to look at. But it's just a still image, so it's not that interesting really, is it? Let's have a look, see if we can get it on stream for you. I don't know why my voice is going all funny now. Screen share. There, look. That's what I'm looking at as a reference image. It's not that I'm going to be painting it exactly the same way, but I do like to stick to something close to the way GW do it. And I will put, of course, just a little Death Skull touch on him somewhere when all's said and done. Just even if it's just a blue handprint, because he's going to form part of my war rather than War Ghazghkull. How do you all, if you've got a Ghazghkull, how do you all paint yours? Do you paint him up in clan colours? Do you paint him in his traditional goth colours? I've seen a few now. I've seen a few blue ones, a few Death Skull ones. I've seen golden ones for proper, maybe proper, I'm assuming, proper flashy Bad Moons. So it is interesting to see how people approach that. It was like when Guilliman came out at first. And people were painting them up in all different chapter colours. Normally it was an Ultramarine successor chapter. But some people just wanted the miniature to paint and they wanted to paint it in colours matching their chapter. So I'm sure there's some out there that are painted up as like Imperial Fist sort of colours. This would sound a bit weird, but there are no females in that kill team. Just orcs disguised. Nice. Goths all the way for me. Yeah, so Essex Boy saying he's got him painted as a goth. Technically, there aren't males either. Yeah, orcs are genderless, really, aren't they? Apart from if you've played Blood Bowl or seen Blood Bowl miniatures, they do have some... Oh, I've gone over it. I've gone over the bone colour on his bony bit. What I'm going to do, see if I can address that quickly. Probably not quick enough. Oh, let's see if we can get some water on there. Oh no, it's just spreading it out. It's making it worse. You know what I've not got here? I've not got any kitchen towel, which I normally like to keep to hand. Oh yes, look at that. It's making it better. Unbelievable. Yeah, the Blood Bowl Forge World, they've got some orc female cheerleaders, which I picked up when I was at Warhammer World a while back, with the intention of converting them into knobs or something like that, boss knobs maybe. Don't touch its bony bits. Well, it's too late. I've touched its bony bits. Tusk, that's the right word. Has anybody seen the Kevin Smith film Tusk? I have not seen it all the way through. I've not seen the ending, but I know what the ending is, because I ended up Googling it when the stream I was watching crashed. Came to an abrupt end. Or it might have been just when he was talking about it on one of his YouTube videos. I'm not too sure. I was watching Uncle Adam's stream. Uncle Atom's stream. Uncle Atom? Uncle Adam. Uncle Atom. I was watching Tabletop Minions just before this. His latest stream from Sundays, every other Sunday show. And there was a million adverts on at the start. I don't know if he's not realised there's a million adverts on, but every 2.5 minutes or something for the first 10 minutes, you get an advert. And then after the first 10 minutes, it's like every 5 minutes or something. And it's like, what? So many adverts. I don't know if something's just come on automatically and he's not realised. But I know the top comment I saw was that there was way too many adverts. I'm guessing he's just not realised there's that many adverts on. We're going, no, that's all right. I'll avoid using that. That's a great film. Body horror always freaks me out. It freaks many people out, doesn't it? Anyone seen Tenet yet? I think I'm watching it on Friday with my sister. So, I'll let you know how it is, possibly. I'm not that excited about it at all. So many people are like really excited about it, but it just looks like another complicated film to me that I'm not really at the minute in the mood for. But we'll see. I might really enjoy it. It might be one of those that's the great thing about... I have a Cineworld Unlimited card. The great thing about that is I go and see films that I wouldn't pay and go to see, because what it is, you pay I think $17.99 or $18.99 a month, and you see as many films as you want at Cineworld cinemas. So I end up watching films that I just wouldn't see otherwise, or I probably wouldn't see, not at the cinema anyway. I'd watch them when they come to TV, but yeah, I wouldn't watch them at the cinema unless effectively I'm not paying for them. I'm not paying specifically for that film. Yeah, it's hopefully going to be one of them films that, after seeing it, I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I watched that. But I'll have to let you know how it was when I've seen it. But yeah, it's just from the trailers and stuff, I'm just not that excited about it. I'm not sure why, but for whatever reason, I'm not actually. The other film we're seeing is New Mutants. I was going to say I am excited for New Mutants, but I'm intrigued for New Mutants because it kept getting delayed, didn't it, and pushed back and stuff. And now Disney are finally releasing it because it's a Fox movie originally, but then it's been sort of pushed back until the merger happened, and then Disney are finally releasing it when cinemas are only kind of like half open kind of thing, effectively. So they know it's not going to be a blockbuster, so they sort of, I think they're testing the waters for other films by releasing it at this time. I don't know what cinemas are like in the States at the moment. I think they're shut down at the moment, cinemas in the States, in a lot of states, but I'm not entirely sure. I base my knowledge of the States on Kevin Smith's Fat Man Beyond podcast. He mentions, what's open and what's not from time to time. yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how New Mutants does. It'll never do any spectacular money, of course, because of the timing, but yeah, be interesting to see if it does better than they expected or what. But it was one of those films that people kind of thought, no, it's never going to get released, is it? Now the merger taking place and everything. I'm going dangerously close to this bone again, you know. I think it's the other bone actually. There's two. He's got two bones, Ghazghkull. That's how hard he is. Oh, that's a nice weld. On this miniature, I think when you start painting this miniature, you really start to appreciate the depth of thought that's gone into some of the details and stuff. There's just a little weld between the bit that holds the tusk on to the bit that holds the tusk on his shoulder and the beaten armour that's beneath the other outer plates. Nice little weld there. Gives you that nice little bit of realism that you need. New Mutants was an awesome read back in the day. Excellent stuff. Never got into comics myself, really. So all my experience of superheroes comes from either cartoons or films. I think comics are a bit all over the place for me because I've got quite a short attention span. So whenever I've tried reading comics, because they're not ordered, I find them really difficult to read. Because like you've got a panel here, large panel here, panel here, panel here, panel here kind of thing. So I find it a bit tricky to get my head around it as I'm reading. And a bit frustrating and off-putting. I'd rather just read a book, quite frankly. I like the artwork in comics. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty to love about comics, but it's just one of those things. Never quite got into them. 2000 AD, the channel has some good podcasts with authors. Excellent stuff. (2000 AD) are the publishers of Judge Dredd and stuff, aren't they? I think. I believe. I've seen a few panels with comic book writers and stuff. I used to go to a sci-fi weekender in Wales, and it's always interesting hearing people talk about the comic books. But then you get questions if their books or series has been made into a film at any point. You get questions about that, and then they get a bit tetchy from time to time. But I always, I don't know, I always find it interesting. I remember the first sci-fi weekender I went to, it was like still a really small thing. I think it was only the second year it had been going on. The first one I went to was Pontins at Prestatyn Sands in North Wales, and then they moved it to Haven at Hafan Môr, and the first one I went to though, there was it's got a cable coming off it. The cable's down there, isn't it? I'm just looking at a part here. I'm like, that should have something attached to it. It's because I've not built the miniature completely. But anyway, the first sci-fi weekender I went to, there was a panel for space opera, and I just went along to it, not really knowing what space opera was. But my mate said, "Oh, it's like Star Wars and stuff like that. Basically, it's just like sci-fi on a massive scale, like massive universe sci-fi kind of thing." So, all right, cool. I'll have a look at it then. I'll go and see what that panel's like. I'd never been to any panels before or anything like that. I went, and Aaron Dembski-Bowden was there, and he was talking about 40k. But I was like, yeah. But this was before I got back into 40k properly. I think I just started reading the Horus Heresy books, and I was like, oh yeah. And it's like just kind of helped get me back into 40k, probably, really. Like I was already getting back into it, but then that probably helped a little bit more. The fact that he was there and he's talking about various aspects of the 40k universe in, you know, comparing it to other universes and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the news I mentioned earlier, alluded to earlier. White Dwarf used to have rules for Rogue Trader and Judge Dredd. Ah, right, cool, yeah. I remember seeing some old White Dwarfs because White Dwarf used to cover multiple games, didn't it? Until I think Games Workshop. Were Games Workshop always the owners of White Dwarf or not? I can't remember. But it used to cover like what are them games called? RPGs and stuff like that, didn't it? So D&D and stuff like that. But then they just started putting their own miniatures in it after a while when it got to like the 90s. Yes. What was it? Oh yeah, so the news I alluded to earlier, it's not massive news or anything, but I've finally got my copy of the starter set for 40k, the Command Edition. The terrain looks gorgeous, in my opinion. And it's nice that you get a board, kill team size board in there and stuff. So I'm quite excited to get some of that terrain together, get some of the Necron miniatures together, and then eventually get battling once I've got some painted. I've still not put any paint on my Space Marine miniatures though as well. So I still need to get them painted. I need to get some green stuff work finished on them. Or started on them and then finished on them once I've started it. And then hopefully I'll be getting some games of 9th edition up on the channel, just like the games from the box first of all, and then maybe some really simple games similar in style to the way I did the Conquest battle reports. So the games aren't going to be overly complicated by having secondary objectives and stuff like that. I'll just keep them really simple at first and then grow from there, see how I go. Today I realised a really great video about Battle of Black Pass. It's in Spanish, but I know that the guys that did this are working on the English subtitles. Excellent stuff, amazing video. We'll have to check that out at some point. Yeah, 2000 AD and Games Workshop started about the same time and lots of crossover early on. Then lots of 2000 AD writers now write for GW. Cool. Yeah, the early Necromunda artwork and stuff was very similar to, or a lot of the early GW artwork in general, I should say, was very similar to, and that game with the cars, I can't remember what it's called, but the game with the cars GW had, that was similar to, the artwork in it was similar to the 2000 AD stuff as well. I think, anyway, in my opinion. But you look at that Mark 1 Space Marine armor. It wasn't actually Mark 1 power armor, rather, which is the one that the whatchamacallums Thunder Warriors are supposed to have worn. That's really similar to like Judge outfits in Judge Dredd, isn't it? So yeah, you can see where the crossovers have been in the past, I think, without even trying to dig too deep. 50 minutes of love for the lore showed as if it were some History Channel or something. Excellent stuff. Those White Dwarfs were back in the day when GW used to sell TSR and Wizards of the West Coast games and Citadel miniatures. It brings back memories of the first shop back in a back street in Manchester. Whereabouts was it, the first shop? Out of interest, do you remember what street it's on? It was on, rather, because I've seen a picture of it, but the one in Manchester this is, but I never went to the first shop. The first one I remember was the one in the Arndale, that was round the back of the Arndale down near Argos, and it was hard to get to after the bomb went off in Manchester. You had to go down some really obscure escalators sort of tucked around the back kind of thing. And then obviously it was near Boots for years, under the food court, and now it's just on the outside of the Arndale, just near Marks and Spencer and stuff. I've only been in that one a couple of times. I normally go to Stockport now when I need to nip into Warhammer. I normally go to Stockport and see Matt in there. I keep meaning to nip over to the Berry one and see what that's like. I think it's at the Rock. I assume it is, but I'm not entirely sure. I might be wrong. Might be just near it. Before they focus totally on their own products. Dark Future, yeah, that's the car game I was trying to think of. It was on Back John Dalton Street before it moved to the Arndale next to the bus station. Back John Dalton. I know where John Dalton Street is. Is Back John Dalton Street the one that runs parallel with John Dalton Street? Or am I thinking of a different street? Is John Dalton Street, is it the one that the Nag's Head's on? Which is, it's like connects Deansgate to something. Deansgate to like near the town hall and that. Is that John Dalton Street? I think it is, but I might be wrong there. I might be completely wrong. What street's that? Oh, it's exciting talking about Manchester, isn't it? Everyone else is like, what's he talking about? He's just talking about streets now. Absolutely ridiculous. In my head, like, I've always imagined, like, the first GW in Manchester to have been in the Northern Quarter for some reason. But I guess the Northern Quarter, back in the day, wasn't really, wasn't shops so much, was it? I don't know. As much as it is now. It's shops and, well, it's mainly bars now, to be fair, but... it was Back John Dalton Street, runs parallel to Cross Street and at the Albert Square end. Right, so Cross Street's there, Albert Square there. Right, so it's near like King Street and stuff like that, I'm guessing. Or is it Albert Square? So sort of near St Anne's Square and King Street and stuff like that, I imagine. Oh, I've gone on a white bit that I shouldn't have gone on. Let's get some water, shall we? Oh no, I need the water. I've just wiped it off on my hand. I'm terrible with street names. Just in case you can't tell. I'm terrible with street names and I'm a lorry driver. That's my profession. I should know street names. Someone will be talking to me. They'll be talking about a particular motorway and I'll be like, where's that? I'm absolutely useless. That's because of the dawn of the sat-nav that I blame the sat-nav anyway. But hey, it gets you places, doesn't it? It gets you places. There's an alleyway that cuts through from King Street to Back John Dalton Street. You're in the right area. So, cool. So it's sort of like... I could just go on my phone here, couldn't I? I'm going to quickly go on my phone and find out where this is. Where this GW used to be. Oh, England-Denmark's 0-0. Let's have a quick look. Back John Dalton Street. Nice and simple search. On my phone. Out of interest. Back John. Back John Cross Street. In Bolton. No, thank you. Dalton. Oh, it doesn't show up on... Back John Dalton is what you're saying, isn't it? Yeah, Back John Dalton Street. Maybe it's not an official street anymore, it's something else. Sometimes if you type it in, it will come up despite the fact that it's not. Verify with places. No. Right, what I'm going to do is just go into the city centre, zoom in. Where am I? Albert Square. There, so I'm in the right sort of area straight away. There's Tib Lane. There's Princess Street. That is what street? Bow Lane. Bow Lane? Clarence Street, Kennedy, Booth Street, Pall Mall, King Street. Is that back? No, that's Essex Street. Cross Street. Maybe it's been renamed. Or am I too high here? Maybe I'm too high. 4 yards, King Street. I don't know. It doesn't really matter anyway, does it? It doesn't really matter. I'm just indulging my curiosity now. Oh, let's get a bit more paint off that. I need to make sure I don't rinse my brush out in the cup that I'm drinking from. 6+ Stevo's cup. Looted. You know what? I've hardly used any of this Black Templar, but it seems to be going quickly. It's probably because I keep it open as I try and get some paint on Ghazghkull on these streams. And then it just all evaporates. Oh, I've got an itchy nose as well. Using a stabbing technique now. I've seen the likes of Tommy Sewell use from formerly Golem Painting Studio, now the Painting Tutor, I think he's called. Well, he's got a YouTube channel, but on Instagram as well, I think. Oh, that looks tasty on top, that. Just admiring my accidental handiwork on this Ghazghkull miniature. Which, unfortunately, because I've only got one camera, you can't admire at the moment. One day, I will start streaming properly and get a second camera. I do intend to get a second camera at some point in the not too distant future. Just checked, and the road is named 4 yards now. Yeah, so it's 4 yards. So it's like if you come in from the Arndale, you cross Street to get to it, don't you? I think 4 yards. What sort of name's that for a road? Why is it not called Back John Dalton Street anymore? I wonder if it is that one that comes out on the other side of the Nag's Head then. Oh, I'll have to check. Oh, what am I doing here? Do I want paint on this bit? Do I not want paint on this bit? Well, it's got paint on it now, never mind. Oh, crumbs. Yeah, it's annoying that when they change the name of a road. You're giving someone directions and you're like, yeah, just go left onto Peter Street. And then it's not called Peter Street anymore. It rarely happens, to be fair. It doesn't exactly happen every day, does it? But it's just one of those daft things. Well, that definitely needs a bit more paint on, doesn't it? I woke up on Saturday morning, the other morning, the Saturday just gone. I woke up on Saturday morning. Oh my god, I've got it all over the skull. Well, I'm going to have to repaint that now. Yeah, I woke up on Saturday morning early enough to catch Frost and Fist. I woke up about 4:30 or something, and I thought I'll just go back to sleep. No idea when they renamed it. It's been a while. Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? Just sneak up on you. You don't know it's renamed until you try and give someone directions to get there. Or not directions, but try and explain where it is to someone. The 4 yards. Wonder if that's where Corbieres is. I'll have to have a look. You can tell that I know my way around Manchester by the bars, can't you? It's like, I wonder if that's where Corbieres is. Is that just near the Nag's Head? Oh, it's just near B81, is it? Oh, yeah. I've gone a bit quiet, I've just realised. I should really find something to talk about, shouldn't I? Or end the stream. Do you stream 1 day per week? Yeah, normally I just stream on... Well, I stream on Tuesdays. I try and do an Orky stream on Tuesdays. It's not very Orky, to be honest. There's a picture of Ghazghkull on screen, and I'm just got my head down looking at Ghazghkull. But when I get that second camera, you'll at least hopefully be able to see what I'm painting. So yeah, try and make it an Orky stream or an Orky video or stream on Tuesdays. At the minute, I'm finding it difficult to be streaming on a regular basis. Or to be making videos on a regular basis even, because my scheduling work's a bit up in the air, because I was the shunter driver in work, which means I help get the wagons loaded, so I'm always in and around the yard and the factory. But now I'm driving out on the road delivering more, so I can't always predict when I'm going to be at home and what times I'm going to be at home and what times I'll be getting up in the morning and stuff like that. So what I try and do is get a video up every Tuesday, and if I can't get a video up, I get a stream up. And recently it's just been streams on Tuesdays, because a stream is a lot less prep, basically. So it's nice to be able to do a stream. But then on Sundays now and again I'll do a stream as well. Normally a Sunday morning stream, so around about 9 o'clock UK time or something like that. Yeah, so it's a bit up in the air at the minute on my channel. I've not been as consistent as I'd like to be, but hopefully that'll change in the coming weeks, and I'll get back into some sort of rhythm and be able to start getting videos up on a semi-regular basis. At least like one video every 2 weeks or something like that. I managed to get a video up for last Sunday, not the one just gone, the one before. But then I didn't get one up this Sunday, just past like a couple of days ago. I didn't manage to get a Sunday video up because I didn't make any progress on my Space Marines, which is Space Marines from Indomitus was the ones I was trying to get some work done on for the Sunday videos. But yeah, hopefully I'll get a bit more Indomitus stuff done, or not Indomitus necessarily, but the new starter box, the command edition of the box done. I might get some Necrons built or something and be able to show them off. Might even convert a few up using some of the parts from the Nighthaunt sets that I've got, thanks to the Mortal Realms magazine that I was purchasing but no longer. Yeah, Age of Sigmar is one of them games that I can't fully get into, and I can't justify trying to get into it really, because I barely play 40k as it is. I play Kill Team a little bit, and I've not played 40k since the start of 8th edition. Not that I don't want to, just that I don't find the time and the opponents and stuff like that, and getting down to stores and stuff, it's a bit it's not really my thing, going and playing in stores and stuff. I'd rather just play with someone I know and just have a casual game and not be too bothered about the rules and stuff like that. And I'm sure I could get games like that at stores, but yeah, just my regular opponent, we played prior to lockdown, we played, once every couple of months or something, but it meant I got a few games in a year at least. But yeah, it's one of those things that I hope to one day be able to play more, but it's not the end of the world if I don't, because I've got enough minutes to sit and paint and build and stuff. But yeah, hopefully I'll be getting more regular content up on the channel sooner rather than later. Whether that's a stream this Sunday, I might do a building stream where I build some of the Necrons from the starter set. I might get some green stuff out and try and do some green stuff work on the Space Marine miniatures that I need to do a bit of green stuff work on. I'm liking the way this black's going on the backpack here, I have to say. Yeah, this Black Templar over the silver, let's go to face focus. And I'll wash my brush and then close that pot for a little bit. The Black Templar over the silver, it's a really interesting one for me because it doesn't cover it perfectly. But I like that because you get some of that metal showing through. You mean unlike when me, who hasn't uploaded a vid for 3 years now? Yeah, exactly, Growler. It's difficult, isn't it, when your work or life situation changes? It's tricky to keep up with uploading videos, and also just to find the motivation sometimes to do it. I know Steve-O's gone through a bit of a rough time recently, and that's why his channel's been lacking in new content for a little while now. But he has started slowly getting new vids up here and there. Hopefully he'll fall back into it pretty soon. But yeah, it's like it is tricky to keep yourself motivated with YouTube, I think, sometimes, especially when I think people like me don't help, when I don't intentionally put a comment on that is designed to attack someone, but sometimes I can be a bit thoughtless and put a comment on that somebody could perceive as a bit argumentative or something like that. I'm always a bit conscious, because when people, if I do a video on a controversial topic, I don't like to do them because I don't like the amount of comments they get, and I have to stand my ground and argue my point, because I have no time for that. At the end of the day, if you disagree with me, you disagree with me. So I don't tend to do videos on controversial topics. Just want to show you the way this Black Templar goes over the... Oh my Gideon, come on now. The way the Black Templar goes over this silver armour. It's really interesting. You get a little bit of the metallic coming through, but it doesn't look super metallic-y. Some people wouldn't like that, but I kind of like the look it gives. What I think I'll do is go over with a second coat over all the armour there, and then it'll really sort of dull it down for the most part, but just the edges hopefully. Evening, Gary, mate. Thanks for joining us. Gary Knox joined us in the chat. Everybody say hello. Hello. I've got the Sooty theme tune in my head now. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, so what I was saying was I don't like to do videos on controversial topics because I don't have the energy to argue my point with people. And sometimes Steve-O can do videos on controversial topics, and if I disagree with him, I'll put a comment on, and then I think afterwards, do I sound too argumentative there? But I've already posted the comment, and it's like, oh, I'm not going to go and edit it. But then I think Steve-O likes to reply to every comment and stuff like that, so he kind of has to reinforce his point and stuff. And I feel like that maybe can be what gets people down from time to time. Welcome, Modelling for Advantage in the chat, joining us as well. Yeah, so if you do a controversial video, you've got to be prepared, or you cover controversial topics. When I say controversial, I don't mean like trying to solve all the problems in the world or anything like that. What I mean is you give a controversial opinion on a miniature, something like that, or you give a controversial opinion on, or a provocative opinion on GW's business practices, something like that. Then it can draw a lot of attention, a lot of comments to your channel, and that can be good for the growth of your channel. But also, you'll start to see a lot of thumbs down on the video, which can be disheartening, discouraging, if you don't have the energy and the realization that that's interaction still at the end of the day. But yeah, what I think for me controversial videos do that I don't like is they draw a lot of comments out, and it means you have to stand your ground and argue your point, which I don't have the energy for, and I don't have the time for, basically. The shirt does not disappoint, so excellent stuff. This is my last shirt, though. I'm going to start rotating them now. I've only got 3 fancy shirts, snazzy shirts. So, unfortunately, and I do need to set up that snazzy shirt fund on Patreon. So you can see I've not been drinking, apart from water. So you can see new snazzy shirts week after week. I have to say I popped in because I'm sub to you and saw your title for the stream. I'm going to be painting Gaz for a buddy at some point this month. And any thoughts help. I like the idea of Black Templar over lead belcher metallics. Yeah, I like that. If you look at look at Chilling Wargamers, and look at the way Spud, I forgot his name. Look at the way Spud painted his Ghazghkull. He's painted it the same way, I think. You'd have to double check with him. But it's a bit difficult to see. What I'll have to do is put some pictures up on my Instagram or something like that to sort of convey where I'm up to with Ghazghkull, but also to show you a bit more clearly how the Black Templar looks over the metallic. Yeah, it's a nice look, I think, but it's probably not for everybody. So I'll have to try and get some unedited, clear pictures up there for you. If you did want to check out my Instagram, it's just what's going on here? I'm getting messages mid-stream. He knows I'm streaming, but I'm getting messages from him mid-stream. I'm not going to look at that because it might have some swearing in or something like that. Yeah, Oh yeah, if you did want to check out my Instagram, it's just Big Mech big_mech_danskull on Instagram. I should have just done Big Mac Danskull all as one word, shouldn't I? I figured it'd be easier to separate it all with underscores, but basically it's Big Mac Danskull with underscores between each word. Big Mac Danskull. Danskull's one word. And hopefully I'll remember after this stream to post some unedited pictures in there for you, and you can get a better. In fact, you know what? While I'm here, I'll post some unedited pictures for you now. Don't want too much light coming in. I've got the diffused light coming from up there, but it'll give you a decent idea, I think, of how it's looking. What I'm probably going to do is go in with a second coat on this one. This is the first miniature of this size that I've painted in ages. I've only been painting like just regular infantry models for... Oh no, actually. Probably not in that long, to be fair. I've probably painted some miniatures similar size, you know, pretty recently in my painting history at least. Oh, something I'm tired now. I had a coffee just at the start of this stream and now I'm just falling asleep already. I didn't feel particularly tired before I started the stream either. I think it's just talking that does it to me. That's why I don't talk to people normally. Right, here we go. Photo. Let's take a snap of that. Oh, look at that. Is that... Does that look like this? That's the thing. That's the thing with Instagram. You take a picture and you go to post it, and then you're like, does that actually look like this, or has it done some technical magic where it's would it actually be more like the picture, more like I can see with my eye with a filter over it? So then you look and it's like no. I think the unfiltered version is probably the closest to reality. Because each phone camera is different and it'll do different little technical tricks that try to... Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Little technical tricks that try to make your picture look better. So like when your phone's taking pictures of faces, it tries to beautify them. So it tries to make... I've got like quite a blotchy skin at the moment. So like you can see like reds and whites on my face, especially with the... light on up there that I use for painting. Oh, I'm just getting a dry throat. I hear fruit punch is good for keeping you going on a live stream. You know what? I go to Lidl every week and I always forget to pick up a bottle of fruit punch. But yeah, it's something I definitely need to do in the not too distant future, I'd say. What? It doesn't really matter what I put on. I'll just put #Ghazghkull Thraka. Gaz, G-H-A-Z. How do you spell Ghazghkull? You always do this. G-H-A-Z, G-H-K-U-L-L, isn't it? Yeah, Ghazghkull Thraka. #Ghazghkull. G-H-A-Z, G-H-K-U-L-L. #Black Templar. That's just going to confuse matters, isn't it? I'll say Black Templar over Lead Belcher. Black C-K-T-E-M-P-L-A-R. Contrast. Over Lead Belcher. Black Templar over Lead Belcher spray. Okay, share. Right, so I've just posted it on my Instagram. You can check that out now if you get a second. Oh, yes. Mooftac started following me. I'm guessing that's you. Oh, got some chat going off now. You're my first follow on Instagram. Apparently, I made an account at some point. It's always surprising when you find out you've made an account on something you didn't know you made an account. Excellent stuff. Thanks very much. If you go into the accounts that I'm following as Big Mac Danskull, you'll see plenty of other great hobby accounts on there as well. Some of the people from the chat here will be people I'm following. Rivets and Decker, are you on Instagram out of interest? R-I-V-E-T-S. No, Z, not S. Rivets and Dakar. Well, I can't see you off the bat, so I'm guessing you're not. Right. I hate the suggested videos and stuff you get coming up. It's all girls on mine. 'Cause I'm a sad man. I don't even... The thing is, on that account, I don't even go and look at girls. I've got a special side account for that. I'm just going to mute this a second, because I'm going to cough really bad. I'm back. Wow. Oh, it really bugs me that halfway through a stream, I'll just start getting a really dry throat because I've been talking too much. It's normally after I've slowed down on the talking though as well. Or slow down and then pick it up again. So, the Power Law they showed us on Community. Oh, the Power Claw I'm guessing you mean. What do you think? The new War Boss, new character, or new Yarrick? Well, it was one of those similar to the Deathkiller Wartrike, by the looks of it to me, where it's a hand holding these two claws, so it gives you kind of a Wolverine-y kind of vibe. Not really, because it doesn't come out from between the fingers, but gives you that kind of vibe. But I think potentially War Boss or new Knob Kit, something like that. We'll have to wait and see though. And I think it's one of those people in the Orc community are really apprehensive about any new Orc kits because of things like the buggies that we saw recently. They're very single pose, single build, single pose. You can do conversions on them, but to do conversions on it, it's not as simple as with, say, a truck kit or a current truck kit, or with, say, a that'd be interesting. Here's a proposition for you. I'll go back to that proposition in a second, but it's not as easy as a current truck kit. It's not as easy as a boys kit or something like that, because all the kits, the Orc kits at the minute, the infantry kits, they're all pretty much interchangeable, where you can take the arms off a looter or a burner if you wanted to, put them on a boy, and vice versa. You could take the legs off one, put them on another, and the knob is same for the knobs and the flash kits. They're pretty much interchangeable with each other. So the miniatures of the same size, or supposed to be the same size, they are very much, or pretty much at least, interchangeable with each other. So people are apprehensive about new kits for Orcs. People in the Orc community, I think anyway. This is my opinion. But what would be interesting, and what I was getting a bit excited about then, is if they brought out a new truck unit. So they bring out a truck again, but it's got other, say if Orcs were going to get one of the first codices, or codexes as GW likes to say now, if Orcs were going to get one of the first codices in 9th edition, then they might have a few updated units in there. So with trucks and battle wagons, they might be able to take these claws that the dude on the war bike, the Wartrike has, the War Boss on Wartrike has. New vehicle upgrades for Orcs would be interesting, because for ages we've just seen a Wrecking Ball and a Grabber Claw, I think, and Stick Bomb Chuckers or Flingers, whatever they call them. So it'd be interesting to see whether you've got some new options for, or even some new vehicles in general. Like, I'd love to see for Orcs a new big plastic kit that isn't the Stomper. I mean, they could bring out a new Stomper, I'd be happy with that. More similar to the Ghazghkull, because at the minute the Ghazghkull is the same price as the Stomper. The Stomper is just like a kind of trash kit for me. It looks good for building terrain, but not much else in my opinion. So I'd be interested to see some other large vehicles for Orcs, like some of the stuff that was available from Forge World, the kill tanks, Kill Burster, Kill Blaster, Kill Crusher. I think there's only 2 of them available now. So if we got a kill tank or a battle fortress or something like that, which is a battle fortress is like a massive battle wagon basically. So it's kind of like your, I'm trying to think of big tanks for Space Marines. The Astraeus armored carrier is it for the big Forge World Space Marine tank. So, or just that. Oh, Baneblade. That's your Imperial big tank. If we got a big vehicle for orcs in plastic, I'd love that. I think a lot of orc players would love it as well, as long as it wasn't like just a single build. It was like pretty customizable and stuff where you could place your turrets in different areas and so on and so forth. It'd be really cool to see that kind of a kit for orcs, I think. And I think a battle fortress kit, that'd be fantastic. I'd love it, because I've been wanting and had ideas to build a battle fortress for a long while now. But let's say something along in the price bracket of similar to the Baneblade. I don't know how much the Baneblade is now, but I think I've got a feeling it's like £90. Similar in price to the Baneblade with maximum customization options available. Oh, I really feel like I'm going to sneeze in a second, but I'm holding it in as best I can. Somebody say pineapple, because that normally stops me from wanting to sneeze. It's really strange. Anyway, back to the chat. Hey Rivets, picked up some brushes at $5.95 from Amazon. Excellent stuff. People talking amongst themselves. Oh. I'm not ruling out another Katachan character, a new one. Oh yeah, it reminds me, I've got to nip into Games Workshop on Saturday, haven't I? Because that Katachan female character is coming out, available to order in all GW stores. So I've got to nip down to Warhammer Stockport to see if I can order one of them. The new one there seems to be someone at GW with a real boner for them as unique models. Yeah, there's plenty of opportunity to make unique Katachan characters, I think. So I think a Katachan character would be nice to see, another one. Are they going to be the new Primaris Lieutenant, where you just get one every other week, it seems? Mega Dreads, yeah, Mega Dreads would be an excellent addition to the Plastic Orc range, I think. Just loot a Baneblade, simple. Yeah, I've got a one, I don't know what scale it is, but I've got a, and I don't even know what tank it is. It might be an Abrams or something. I've got a model tank upstairs that it was my mate's ex-boyfriend's tank that he never finished building. He wasn't really into model building or anything like that, but he's into army vehicles and stuff. But he basically, she was getting rid of it because it was just going to get thrown in the bin otherwise. So I was like, oh, I'll have that. And it's like this. I think it's a similar size to a Baneblade. So I've got that to loot at some point in the future, but it's a little way off. Another one of those projects I grab something for and pick up, and it's a long way off in the future. I'm just going to nip away. Oh, thanks, Grawley. I don't need a sneeze now. Excellent stuff. Just going to nip away for a couple of minutes. Nip to the loo. I'm going to leave you with my face on the thumbnail. Or would you rather see Ghazghkull Thraka? It's going to be my face on the thumbnail. Here we go. I'm back. So, what's going off in the chat? Yeah, Mega Dreads, just little Baneblade. I think the largest transport Forge World range is the Manta for the tower. Yeah, it's huge, that one. I remember seeing one on... Was it Blue Table Painting, or was it... I think it was Blue Table Painting. They got sent one with 2 left wings or something. So then they contacted Forge World. Forge World sent them out a whole new one. So one of the staff members got to keep the one with 2 left wings. And basically, what he did was he heated up the left wing that he ended up putting on the right wing, and then he bent it the other way, so it basically became a right wing. So yeah, it's a huge kit, that though. I've seen them in the display cabinets and stuff at Warhammer World. They're fantastic looking. But those are the... Did they have the Manta on in Aeronautica as well, or do they not have the Manta yet? I noticed some Aeronautica towel on your Instagram when I was looking before. Let's just click on that again, see if it just reloads. Looks like a Manta, that big one, doesn't it? Interesting. I watched a video from someone who had Orcs for years and had lost bits. 3D printed a load of bits to sort them. Excellent stuff, great idea. It says in the lore for Indomitus that Katachan beat a Chaos Assault. Barracuda and Tiger Sharks are what's available. No Manta yet. Right, cool. What's that flyer called? That big Space Marine flyer that was a Heresy era flyer. Ooh, Storm something. It's available on Forge World, isn't it, actually, thinking about it? Let's go a screenshot. Let's go and look. You know, I've not looked at Forge World for a while. Let's go and look at Forge World together. I feel like I might stop painting Ghazghkull now because I need to let that layer dry. I mean, it's pretty warm here, to be honest. I say pretty warm, it's like 20 degrees, but considering it's been a heck of a rainy day, it feels pretty warm here. Forge World. Screen share. Screen share. Ooh, look at that new lion. Excuse me, I'm burping on stream. It's disgusting. Yeah, that lion kit's nice, isn't it? There's been a few people on the Heresy trading groups just looking for the base because they want the Night Lord miniatures from the base. Oh, yes. Right, what do we want to look at? Horus Heresy, Storm, Lol, Cromlech Danskull. Do what? Oh yeah, I want to see. I want to look at a third party as well in a second. When I remember, I'll just type it in here. Mecha Minis, I think it is. MEKKA. MINIS. Mecha Minis Etsy. Etsy Mecha Minis. La. Nope, that's not the one. It's just searched for mini. That's no good. Right, I'll find it on my phone because I've got it on my phone and I'll come back to it in a bit. But I'll just look at Forge World for the time being. What's it called? The big flyer. Selling fast. I don't want to know what's selling fast. Unit type. Vehicles. Artillery support. Beast, characters, infantry, monsters, creatures. Vehicles. Flyer. Aircraft. Look at this. I've worked out how to use. Right, so we've got the Thunderhawk, which is the big one you see in 40. You don't see it loads in 40k, but you hear of it in 40k. There we go. The Sokar pattern Stormbird. The Stormbird's the one I'm thinking of. Let's see if we can grab that screen and drag it across. No, I don't want to grab that. I want to grab like the whole thing. Oh, you know what? I'm on the wrong screen. I'm like, yeah, just drag it across. There we go. So that's your Stormbird there. Click on. Oh, you know what? I should have just clicked into it and then gone and looked up close. Hopefully you can see the images and they've not sort of grade them out, which they do sometimes, which is irritating. Yeah, so that's the Stormbird, which is like a huge flyer, Imperial flyer, but then there's the Manta for Tau as well. Let's get my phone out while I'm doing this as well. Oh, Grawley coming into the chat saying Thunderhawk. It was a Stormbird I was thinking of. The Thunderhawk is a big boy kit though as well. What did it? Oh yeah, Tau. Tau. Xenos armies, Tau. Tau Empire. Let's have a look at that Manta. Or some of these Tau battle suits. Hey, he's got no arms, that fella. Do they still make? Yeah, they do still make. Oh no, that's the Tiger Shark. There's another page, it's alright. I thought they'd stop making the Manta. I was going to be like, what? The Manta is £1,100, everybody. £1,100. I love it. I love the fact that some people are just be like, oh, I might get a Manta. And they just drop 1,100 quid on it. Right, what was I doing? Make your call, next call hands-free. Say, hello, Google. Yeah, there's the Manta. It is a... So you can see the curve of... Oh, you can't actually because I've not got the screen in the right... There we go. So you can see the curve of the wing on either side. So let's say, for argument's sake, if they got two left wings, then they had to put... I'm pointing at the screen here instead of using the cursor like an idiot. So they had to put this left wing on that side. So the curve of the wing, instead of going up like this does, it'd go down. So then they had to heat it up and bend it the other way basically, then fill any gaps where guns would have been, and then sort of make gaps for guns on the other side, and it would have been fun. Imagine Frost and Fish join us in the chat. Welcome. Mythos, I'm guessing, saying hello to everyone. 3D printer, yeah, you could get a 3D printer, but you need a big 3D printer to print a Manta wing, I think, or to print a Manta in general. But if you're looking for a Manta to use in Aeronautica, it wouldn't be as bad. Probably, I imagine a Manta in Aeronautica would be about similar size to my phone, the wingspan of it. The prices, yeah, they're massive. But I suppose compared to, I wonder what it is in euros. Let's see if I can go to the Spanish site and see if we can test my Spanish. It might all be in English anyway. Hopefully it is. España. Oh, lots of pesetas. No, lots of euros, of course. So it's not too much more, to be fair. That's about, let's see, euro to thingy exchange rate now. Pounds in euros. So just the pounds to euros current exchange rate, it'd be £1,212.88. The English price. 1,212 euros 88 if you just transferred it straight into euros, but instead people in Europe are paying 1,360, so they're paying effectively 150 euros more ish than they should be. Let's not go around all the currencies. Should I do Australian dollars? Let's not get down that rabbit hole. Quick check on Australian dollars, why not, eh? Ooh, 2,420 Australian dollars. AUD. So they're paying $500 more than they should be. If you just do a direct exchange on Google, it's mental. Absolutely crazy. The chat is going off. Hey there, beautiful people, says Mythos. It's got to be Mythos if he's saying that. The prices, yeah, they're crazy. Grawley, long time no see. Mythos talking to Grawley. Oofed, 3D printer. No way. Do it in sections. Yeah, do the Manta in sections. You'd have a lot of sections there to do. The Manta's like the size of a coffee table. So you'd have a lot of sections to do for if you're going to do it on a 3D printer. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I know what I was going to do. I had a particular Etsy page open on my phone. Let's see what it's called. Mecha Minis. MEKKAMINIS. Right, so I want to go to new tab. MEKKAMINIS. Google search. Orc Miniatures and Accessories. So I saw G the Hypersapien had bought some of these Mecha Minis products, and not they look nice, to be fair. Couple of little blemishes here and there, but it's a smaller company, so you expect that kind of thing when a company's first starting out. It's an Etsy store rather than a website of their own, so again, like an independent trader kind of thing. But yeah, there's a particular orc head I want to show you that G says looks like me when I've got a beard, and you've probably spotted it already. It's in the middle of the screen here. To be fair, he's not wrong. It's this one here. Let's big it up a bit. This fella here, look at that. It looks like me when I've got a beard. Unbelievable. Look, I'll just get in the perfect pose. And then, oh yeah, I'll tell you what, drag this across. Oh no, let's move that right across there. And then let's move me across here. Make myself a bit bigger. Oh, live editing. Amazing. Hire me, Warhammer World. Warhammer TV. Look at that. Amazing skill. Looks just like me, doesn't he? Mythos still saying hello to people in the chat. That's all he does. He joins the stream and he just comes and says hello to everybody individually. He's a man of the people. That's what we love about him. Anyone know a good source for third-party death roller? Someone was talking about a third-party death roller. I think it was on the last... no, it wasn't a third-party death roller. I'm making things up now. I think it was on the last War Bosses of the Apocalypse show. And they were talking and saying... I think it was the Hobby Get. And I think basically what he was saying was someone made one out of... Am I on the wrong thing here? There we go. I think he was saying someone made one out of, like, lids, bottle tops, bottle caps, like plastic bottle caps. So you could always try and make one out of plastic bottle caps, but I don't know of a third-party one. Let's have a quick Google, shall we, together? Let's find it together. But I'll have a quick, a further look at this Etsy store as well, because, like I said, there are some nice head options and stuff in here. If you're looking for some sort of comedic orc bodies as well, we've got these office worker orcs, which are based on like Shaun of the Dead kind of. Frost and Nixon, not Frost and Nixon. Frost and Scotty, what's his name? Simon Pegg. Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. So Nick Frost sort of body here, Simon Pegg sort of body here. Yes, Shaun of the Dead sort of look. Oh, and then there's some interesting squig meat tokens here. These are kind of interesting looking. Oh yeah, they're interesting. So they're just like all deformed bits of squig. There's one here that the tyres have run over. So that is really interesting looking. But these would be interesting to use, or interesting fun to use as like a squig mine for a ruck truck squig buggy or something. There's always things you can use things like that for, isn't there? I'm not a massive fan of orcs with hair, and a lot of these have hair. But if you want a unique looking orc miniature and you've sort of used all your heads that you've had and you've got from third parties and stuff, there's some really nice looking heads in here, like the one with the bandage across his eye in this one. Just the one with the bionic eyes, the binoculars sort of thing. Yeah, they're really nice. And then there's an eye patch one. There's a lot of character in these minis here, these heads rather. But yeah, let's have a quick search for Mythos for third-party death roller. I bet Cromlech might do one. Cromlech do a ton of orc stuff. Puppets War, Rivets and Daka says. Let's have a check on Puppets War. PUPPETSWAR. Puppets War. Orky bits, orky bits. We're looking for orky bits. Orky bits, orky bits. We're looking for orky bits. Look out. Ooh, they're interesting helmets, aren't they? Viking helmets. They are cool looking. They'd look good on some of your Space Wolves Mythos. Right, vehicle, weapons, maybe bodies, vehicle, weapons. Let's try that. Hopefully it's not just going to be guns. Oh, look at that turret there. Orc armed hatch, that's nice, that. And then there's this one here that'd go nice on a grot tank, I think. Some rocket bits here, some scorcher bits here. Oh, there's plenty of orky stuff on here. Can I do view all? 48 per page. Is that updating? Is it updating? Oh, it's updated. Epic Prime Claw. Prime Battle Walker Arms. Can't see a death roller yet. Hopefully we'll find it here though. Oh no, it's not there. It must be on other or steampunk or shelter files. Weapons. I'm just going to type in death roller and see what comes up. Is that how you spell it? Roller? E-R. Let's try that. No, that doesn't come up. I wonder what it would be under. Models, all bits, sci-fi, Mankind, Dark Forces, Orcs. Here we go, let's click on that. There's some nice wheels there. Oh, some gorgeous wheels here. These ones, I love them. They look nice. £10 or €10 rather. I'm sure I had it set to pounds a second ago. There's an Orc War Chopper there. That looks decent. Some interesting top knots there and different big choppers. I've not had a look at Puppets War an awful lot before. Not for a while anyway. I think I looked at them a long while ago. Not so much recently. 3 different turret options there. That's like a head turret. Yeah, I have looked at the Puppets War before because I remember looking at the Max, aka Chick Magnet. And this Kevin the Walking Jaw. They've just got daft names, haven't they? But they've got some nice big guns there. €27, so that's more or less the same price as GW's big gun kit. You can just buy the platform though. That's cool. So just get some tracks. Ah, they're the guys that make that Green Baron plane. That's interesting. They've got the football team helmets there as well. The helmeted heads. There we go. That Rolling Slaughter. Look at that. That is a beast of a thing, isn't it? That's better looking than GW's as well, I'd say. That's nice, that. I like it. It looks proper. It looks almost, I'm not saying it is, but it looks almost like it's been really badly cast. It's just like it's designed to look really worn. But it almost just looks like it's been really badly cast. The one they've taken a picture of for the image on the website, but it's not. It's just designed to look really worn. Yeah, really interesting. That nice. It does look extremely orky. Chat going off. Hair squig. Twins. I don't know what's going off here in the chat. I nearly drank my paint more, and then I was just about to reach for it, and I was like, oh no, not that one. Yeah, so Rivets and Daka, the man in the know there with the Puppets War suggestion straight away for Mythos, and it's only €12, so I imagine in dollars it's not going to be much more than that. Let's have a look. $14.18, so you're doing absolutely fine there, mate, if you wanted to pick up one of them for yourself. £10.77. Let's see what it is in zloty, shall we? Is that what that is? A ZL zloty? I think it might be. 53.23 zloty. You're having a laugh, sunshine. That's probably actually really good. I don't know the translation. I don't know the exchange rate. Mythos is ordering one tomorrow. Not much cleaning up at all. Excellent stuff. Yeah, when I said it looks really bad in class, what I mean is, because if you look closely at the picture, you can see loads of holes in the resin, so it looks almost like there's been loads of bubbles in the resin when they've been casting it. But it's just it's wear and tear that they're trying to show on. A bit of added weathering. Works perfectly on Orc kits, that in my opinion. I know Nick Bear 40k, Necrons and more. His name gets longer and longer. he's I know he says he doesn't like pre-weathered models, like damage being shown on models already, like the new Necron kits. A lot of them come with options to have like the faces damaged and the guts hanging out. Excuse me, the guts hanging out and stuff like that. He'd rather put the damage on the models himself if he's going to be damaging the models. But he doesn't necessarily even want any damage looking Necrons, because he likes the law that the living metal just repairs itself perfectly every time. But with Orcs, yeah, you're looking, if you get a bit of battle damage on a model and it comes battle damage, it's absolutely fine. No worries at all. Cromlech do a ton of Orc stuff. Let's have a look at Cromlech as well, shall we, while we're here. Looking at... Oh, I want to see if there's any more interesting Orc bits, actually. Let's come back out to this one. Any more interesting Orc bits? Have I finished all my watering that? Not quite. Oh my god, it's gone back to that. Why is it not coming out? Ah, come out! Oh, I know why, because I clicked on different prices. Clicked on different currencies loads. That's a nice little buggy there. And the bus as well. I do like this bus. I think I've seen Dreadwar has one of them. Dreadwar Gaming. They've got the Bushi banners as well there. That's interesting, and it'd be an interesting look on the back of a war bag, that I think. It's not something you immediately think of when you think of Orcs, in my opinion. They've got sports hands here as well, so we've got some with footballs, some with American footballs, and some with like a couple of spikes coming off them. Interesting. I thought they were doing that at first, but it's just a couple of spikes coming off them. Got these little pistols as well. They're interesting. Excuse me. Right, let's have a look at Cromlech. Bits of War, I think it is, isn't it, Cromlech? Or is that just the thingy? I'll just Google Cromlech. Kromlech. I think that's how you spell it. Oh, look at that. I got it right first time. Cromlech. Frostgrave, 2nd edition. Where do I want my bits? Oh, award reveals. Legionary chapter. Read more posts. Okay, I just want products. I want products, don't I? Take me to the products. I don't like Cromlech squigs. That's one thing I don't like from Cromlech. The squigs are just like, I'm a derp. But let's have a look at the miniatures nonetheless. Are these all just... They're not organised. They're just giving me a random list of miniatures. That's a really bad website. Surely there's a way to do it better. It's just showing me a random selection of miniatures. It must be all the miniatures. But I want to get Orcs. Oh, I'm not even going to bother looking at it. I'll have a quick scan for a death roller. See if there's a death roller there. I've not seen one so far. Somebody shout if you see one. Oh, look at these. What are these things? Oh, they're like Nurgly miniatures. They're cool. Morbid Beast Aranamen or something. Putrid Snail Beast. Yeah, so they're like Nurgly ones. And there's a... something else as well. Morbid Beast Chimney. Oh, interesting miniatures for sure. I didn't know they had so many, so much Nurgle inspired stuff. Oh, I've got a really itchy eye all of a sudden. I think I say that every stream, don't I? Oh, there's Captain Orc talking about the Orc Vengers earlier on. Captain Orc, you can just go and get that miniature. Oh, I know what video I can get up for Sunday. I ordered some busts during lockdown. Not busts, but you know, busts to paint. Not busts, I'm saying not busts. Yeah, I ordered some busts to paint. This guy's just reminded me. One of them's a bit orky, one of them's but like female. She's not orky, but she's got green skin on the box art, so but she kind of reminds me of like a cross between an orc and a Klingon. So yeah, I might show you them busts on Sunday's video or something if I don't get any Necrons built or anything like that. Oh, We'll have to wait and see. And maybe, just maybe, I might have a little unboxing for you next week instead of a live stream on Tuesday. We'll see. I say a little unboxing. It'll be a big unboxing. Unbagging. Debagging. Debagging in the UK is actually pulling someone's pants down. Debagging. In many circles, anyway. Yeah, so it doesn't look like they've got any thingy, unfortunately. A death roll on Cromlech, unfortunately. But that one on... I've forgotten what site it was on. Puppets War. I was going to say Bits of War. That's this site, effectively. Yeah, the one on Puppets War was gorgeous anyway. So I think if you're going to go for one, the one on Puppets War is fantastic. There's some nice third-party LDR, but I have a feeling there's some new thing to the range. Just ordered some Cromlech vehicles and a Green One Doom tank from Ramshackle Games. Ramshackle Games and the Green One used to be separate companies, didn't they? Has the Green One? I think the Green One stopped trading, didn't they? Has that been bought out by Ramshackle Games then? Let's have a quick look at Ramshackle Games, shall we? R-A-M-S-H-A-C-K-L Games. G-A-M-S. I am a child. Have Cyborg not got a load of Orky bits? They will have, yeah, they definitely have actually. Ramshackle Games. Ooh, there it is. I can see the tank straight away. It's the Green One launcher tank. Have we got store products? Ramshackle Games, About Us, Ramshackle News, Ramshackle Publications, Gallery, Web Store. Let's click on that. All products. The Green One, yeah, so it's a separate, it's a part of Ramshackle Games. Because I did, they've only got the Doom Blaster at the minute on there. 69 quid. It's a lovely looking tank though as well, isn't it? It's, just imagine getting this tank and seeing if you can cram on that death roller on the front of it. I don't think it would work. The death roller does go down in the middle a bit on the thingy, doesn't it? On the Puppets War death roller. Sort of, it is smaller in the middle than it is on the end, so you could make that work. But yeah, the Green Ones, some of the Green Ones tanks were fantastic, but I don't think they're trading anymore separately, are they? This model is part of the Green One range of high quality polyurethane resin models for gaming. Models may vary from images shown, supplied unassembled and unpainted. The Green One products are being manufactured by Soulforge Casting. They are a very high quality polyurethane resin model, ideal for gaming with. Soulforge Casting. Yeah, so it's interesting. These companies are changing all the time. Let's have a quick look at Cyborg before we go. Well, let's have a bit of a look at Ramshackle Games, actually. I know Nick from... I can't remember his channel name now. Well, there's... I know he's from Hull. What's his channel name? I can't remember. But yeah, I've seen he's covered Ramshackle Games before. A fair bit. Some of the tanks and stuff are quite interesting looking. Let's click on Orcs and see what comes up. Yeah, so they've got the Green One stuff. They've got the boom wagon, the classic Orc boom wagon there. Dungeon Riders, resin. Oh, they've got these tin kill bots there, tin head sort of things. Interesting. So not a heck of a lot of Orky stuff on there, but they do have some Orky Gasland scale stuff. So that's like smaller toy car scale. 55mm in diameter, Rivets and Dack is saying about the Death Roller, so that is excellent stuff. I think that could 55mm, about that much in diameter. So maybe that tank that could go on the front of that the Green One tank. That'd be interesting to see. leaving. Time to rule the Underhive on stream. Bye bye, lads. Thanks for joining us, Alexandre. Alexandra. I'm sure you've already left, but thank you very much for popping in and being active in the chat. There's some nice third-party yelled art. I've read that one already. Just ordered some Cromlech vehicles and a Green One Doom tank. I've read that one already. Ooh, Frostgrave, says Molin for Advantage. Bits of War. Yeah, Bits of War is Cromlech, isn't it? There's tabs up top. No, I get a menu at the side. Oh, you get a menu at the side? On Bits of War, I'm guessing, on Cromlech's site. Have Cyborg got Orcubits? I'll check that just in a second. Can't mind. Got Bear Riders, though. Lol. Go to shop there at the top. The trouble is, I don't read the chat when I'm looking at the browser. I do now and again. Hey, you know what? We've been going for 2 hours. That's normally when I cut it short. That's not well. I say cut it short. That's normally when I end the stream. I don't think I'll be putting any more paint on Ghazghkull tonight. But let's have a quick look before we get going. Quick look at Cybor. SCIBOR Miniatures. Cybor Miniatures. I know they've got dwarves, they've got custodial-like miniatures and Space Marine type miniatures. They've got a few busts, haven't they, as well, which are quite cool looking. Yeah, these are the ones with thingies, aren't they? Oh, that's fantasy I'm looking at there. I was like, what's going on here? I think these are the ones with... Oh, no. Well, they've got other miniatures. Demon miniatures. Vehicle miniatures. Not a heck of a lot of orky stuff. Or any, in fact, by the looks of it. Yeah, they've not... By the looks of it, they've not got any orky stuff. Which surprises me. I'm sure they used to have a bit of orky stuff, if not a heck of a lot. But maybe I'm just being daft. This mech gun looks pretty tempting. The one on the whatchamacallit site. I've forgotten what sites we've been on. We've been on that many different sites. I'm gonna throw the thumbnail up for you. I'm gonna come back, so bear with me. Or do you want me to leave this scrolling through the Cyborg site for you? No, I'll throw the thumbnail up because I'm nice like that. I'll be back shortly. Don't panic. I'm not going forever. I'm back again. Let's go back to screen share. I'm just going to try and see if I can get Mythos to spend a load more money before we finish this stream. So what I'm going to do now is go to the old... I'm on the wrong screen there. I've mentioned this on previous streams, I know, but I've got a screen on the right hand side here, a screen on the left hand side. I have to go that way to get to that screen with my cursor because of the way I've got the monitors set up. I should make the other monitor my prime monitor, and then I think it'd work better. But hey, it's not the end of the world, is it? I'm not too bothered. I just have to have a little patience. Let's go to RTL, shall we? A-R-T-E-L. Oh no, that's not an L, that's a W. L space W. 28mm miniatures. RTL shop now. Oh, look at these. Look at these. Should we go to some orky stuff? Does he have a way of organising them? Oh, it doesn't seem he does. Anyway. That's nice. Oh, he's got like a... Looks like he's got some War Machine inspired miniatures here as well now. Well, maybe not actually. No, it could just be 40k that. Oh, right. Is that an Orc miniature? I can't tell. Yes, it is. Bichetta the Stormork. Bichetta the Stormork. Stormork, I'm guessing that means. In a certain language. Oh, he's got raised checks there, so you can actually... You don't have to worry about painting checks, Mythos, if you wanted to grab one of them. Got Nerdy Tom Jones in the chat. Welcome, mate. Got some nice heads from the Statuesque miniatures recently, but not sure if they had Orky ones. I'll have to check them out. I got some female heads to do Valkyries and Shield Maidens for my Space Wolves. Nice. Is that you're doing female Space Marines, or are you doing some female like guards to fight alongside your Space Marines? I know some people get a bit touchy about female Space Marines. RTLW/shop. Very cool. Right, let's have a look through some Orky miniatures here. So Bichetta the Stormork. It's an interesting looking miniature, that. I guess it could be like used as a tank buster. You could use him as a tank buster, and I've always thought Orcs should have a unit that's like a berserker unit. Now, you could argue knobs are like berserkers and stuff like that, but like a super high attacks unit that's, you know, a few Orcs strong and they've not got much armor on, but they are super tough as well. I've always felt like Orcs should have a unit like that, like, you know, Scar Boys or something like that. Sort of a veteran unit that gets through every battle, but they're super aggressive, or maybe doesn't get through every battle. Maybe like think of like Blood Angels Death Company. They get this thing in the head that makes them want to fight even more than Orcs normally want to fight, and they just, you know, like the Berserker in Lord of the Rings at Helm's Deep, that kind of thing. That's what I've always felt that Orcs it'd be nice for them to have a unit like that. But I guess tank busters could be like that, theoretically, because you just run up to vehicles and smack them with big hammers with rockets on the end. But it's not quite, you know, they don't fulfill that role, do they? What happened to that magnificent beard? You lost a bet, got mugged by a lawnmower. I want some of those Shield Maiden heads for my sisters. Thralls of the Fang. Yeah, that'd be cool. So yeah, the beard was whipped off when I realised I was wearing face masks that were getting slowly pushed up into my eyes by the beard, because the mask couldn't settle under my chin because the beard was too mighty. And so the mask, whenever I sort of licked my lips, adjusted my mouth, anything like that, it'd get pushed up a little bit. So it'd start there, and then I'd lick my lips, it'd go there, and then I'd talk to someone, say something, it'd go there, and then eventually the mask's digging into my eyes. So that's why, I'm assuming you could hear all that, despite the fact that I had my face covered. So that's why the beard ended up going. Catch you all again. Cheers for joining us, Gary. $16.99 for that miniature. It'd be interesting to see how tall that miniature is. I wonder if it says in the show more section. Size 37 millimeters to eyes, 46 millimeters total. Let me get Una regla. Oh, have I got a regla or not? No, I've not. Oh, that's not millimetre. I've not got any millimetres on this thing. You might have a. That's irritating. I'll tell you what. Let's see how big Ghazghkull is. I've got a measuring thing on my phone that I can check with. I should have, though, a tape measure somewhere here, so we don't actually have to just mess with that. Absolute mess, this room. So, 46 millimeters total, 46 millimeters. So he's only he's the size of a knob, but he's $16.99. Oh, that's dollars, that. Right, okay. Can we change that to real money? Or is it only in dollars? I don't know. It doesn't matter. $16.99 though. It's a bit of a hefty price tag, isn't it? Captain Bloodclaw. Captain Bloodclaw's an interesting one. He's got like this crustacean style claw, but I quite like that. I really like that grot that's with him. That characterful grot. It's really nice. Overall, I really dig that Captain Bloodclaw miniature. I've got to say, $27.99. So that's the thing with RTLW. They've got some lovely minis, but some of them a little bit. Well, not some of them. Most of them. They seem a little bit pricey to me. Not to say that you won't get your money's worth when you end up building it and painting it and stuff and putting a load of effort into painting it. And they come, from what I understand, they come and they're clean as anything. Like, they are the cleanest miniatures you've ever received. So I think they're worth the money at the end of the day, if you're into miniatures, that is. But it's just a bit shocking at first when you see a price tag like $41.99 on a single miniature. But Ghazghkull's probably going to be $41.99 at least, 45 quid English, 45 English quid when they eventually have him as a separate model available to purchase. I keep clicking back instead of going to the next set of miniatures. Squat and Wreckers Squad. Squat and Wreck Squad. So these are the commando style ones. Oh, Squat and Recon Squad it's supposed to be. Like SWAT. I'm sighing with the... I'm not into people typing in Orky. So when I see something like that, it's like, ugh. Because you're trying to work out what it actually means, what it's trying to say. These ones, these commandos, Dredd said it when I think he's got some and he's looked closely at them. They don't have bums. So, because they don't have bums, or have very little posterior, they don't look extremely orky. You can hide it with backpacks and stuff though, I guess. At the end of the day, the commando squads, they've got backpacks. You could convert them into tank busters if you wanted to as well. They do have these huge arms, huge veiny arms, which look really cool. But you can add a bit of green stuff and give them a bit of a bigger bum. But I like my orcs to look like gorillas effectively. So the bums stick right out. I like my orcs the way GW make their orcs. And I like big heads as well. And these heads aren't the biggest, but they're alright looking. You know, I think the head is less of a worry for me than the size of the bum. I like a big bum on the orcs, a chunky, meaty boy. Those look cool. Those were going to be the commandos until Spellcrow sent me a free sample, and I absolutely loved them. What? Oh, I think I remember seeing on your stream the other week actually. Did you order something from Spellcrow, and they sent you a free sample of the commandos or something? I seem to remember you saying, but I might be misremembering that. I'm gonna have to look at Spellcrow now as well, aren't I? Yeah, I do like these commandos despite the lack of bums. We've got Morgoth, the most cunning. He's basically an orc who likes to imitate the Tau with a long rifle. It looks like he's got a Tau drone on his head as well. Is that like supposed to... Oh no, it's just like a smiley happy face, like a guardsman helmet face drawn on. Oh, there's one with hair there as well. That's weird, isn't it? But I guess you could use it as like camouflage. Yeah, I've always liked the idea of a sniper orc as well, despite the fact that they're not the best at shooting orcs. Just a sniper orc with a big shooter kind of thing would be cool. Because I like the idea of sneaky orcs like commandos, and I like the idea of orcs typically aren't good at certain things, but I like the comedy factor you get when you think of an orc trying to sneak around a jungle or sneak around an abandoned building or something, and they're just basically just running through the walls and like bumping into door frames on the way through because they're that broad and stuff and making a load of noise, but somehow they're really sneaky. They've got the Orc Shaman. That's a cool mini, that one. $15.99. And the dock as well. The dock's a really interesting one, I think. Oh, it's not gone on it. Really interesting, this dock. I really like it. I think his claw is much better than the Painboy, than the claw on the Painboy. It's 61mm tall, that. He's a big boy, isn't he? I guess that's because he's got a tank on his back and he's got an orc over his shoulder. So that's probably what gives him that extra little bit of height. But it's a nice looking mini, that one. I think if I get another Painboy, I'd be tempted to get that one. It's 25 quid, but you get the little Grot Orderly as well. So that's pretty cool. 18 parts, 4 options. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, I do like that one. Have I been on Spellcrow's site? Orcs should have a squad of sharpshooters, blood axes maybe. Yeah, I'd be into that idea. In the same way that different Eldar craft worlds, for example, in the lore, different Eldar craft worlds specialise in different things. So Siamhan specialise in speedy bikes and stuff like that. And they do it to a certain extent with orcs, but not to the same extent as they do with Space Marines or they do with Eldar. What are they called? Bealtan. They specialise in elite troops like aspect warriors, basically. I've forgotten all the names of the Eldar craft worlds. Yanden specialises in the ghost warriors, so like the heavy elite troops. What are they called? Wraith constructs, that kind of thing. And I feel like they could do it a bit more with orcs than they do it. So you could. I always think of grot snipers. They'd be decent for orcs. But you could get like a flash kit like unit, but with longer range single shot weapons. So basically, orc snipers with git finder squigs and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool if we saw a bit more of that. Let's have a quick search for Spellcrow. I've not looked at Spellcrow already, have I? LLCROW Miniatures. I don't think I've looked at Spellcrow already. Wow, I've definitely not looked at Spellcrow. I don't remember seeing this colourful site before. New products, conversion bits. Should we look at conversion bits and then orcs? It did come up then, but then it disappeared. Orcs. I don't actually want conversion bits. I just want to see these commando type things that Mythos said he got sent a sample of. New products, terrain, board games. Did they do just miniatures or not? Let's view. 150 per page. Oh, look at them boys. They're pretty cool. I wonder if that's what Mythos got. Alitox snipers. Yep. There's Alitox snipers, rangers. They call them pathfinders and rangers. Bealtan elites. Siamhan fast attack. Ulthwayer like Psyker heavy, but Guardians as well. They have a lot of Guardians. Did you buy something off Amazon? I did not. Question mark. Yes, so basically each craft world specialises in a different type of warfare, in the same way they do with certain factions. But you see less of it with Orcs, I think. Less of it than you could see with Orcs. There's a lot of different head options and stuff from Spellcrow. I've not looked at Spellcrow for a long while now. Some of the heads are a bit goofy looking, like the top lip on these guys just looks a bit too long on the central guy, the leader guy with the sort of commissar helmet. Just looks a bit too long, that top lip. I think on all of them actually, the top lip just looks a bit too long for my tastes. But it's not to say it's too long for everybody's taste. I'm sure plenty. And if you want more variety in your Orcs as well, that's the great thing, that there's so many third parties doing Orc bits out there that, you know, you're always going to be able to get plenty of variety in your boys. They've got running legs on Spellcrow as well, which is excellent. Got peg legs. Oh, look at these cutlasses. Or sabres, it says. They're nice, A lot of pirate heads here as well. They're quite nice, them pirate heads, actually. I've not seen them ones before, I don't think. And then they've got the bandana wearing pirate heads as well. Pirate bodies, those kinds of things. Excellent stuff. Yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at Spellcrow, as you can probably tell. And they've got the sort of fisherman beanie type heads there as well. They're kind of cool. Could be appropriate for freebooters again. I say pirates, and then I say freebooters, like they're one and the same thing. They're not quite the same thing, but you know, you get the idea. There's crossovers, there's similar sort of thing. A lot of fungus terrain there as well, and some wheels. Ooh, spare grenades and stuff. Nice. Yeah, that's interesting fungus terrain. That if you wanted a heavily infested Orc or an Imperial battlefield. Where the world, it's a former Imperial world that's been heavily infested by Orcs, have a load of fungus terrain as well. That'd be kind of cool. All these grot heads, they're cool. That wizard hat one, that's nice. Desert truck, that's interesting. Oh, there's a whole new world out there of miniatures that I've not looked. I used to look at Spellcrow semi-regularly, but now I've not looked at it for quite a while. It's all the arm options and stuff that you don't see on other sites, and the running torsos and legs. Orc bodies with bionic implants. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, couple of left legs and a single right leg swapped out. And then there's some with hair there if you like your Orcs with hair. I do like these bodies with just like the dog tags on, or with like the teeth hanging from the I say teeth like an Orc now. With the teeth hanging from the rope around the neck, or lace around the neck, whatever. These guys, oh yeah, they're cool. With just an open vest in the middle. Variation on the vests there. Shotguns are nice. Double barrel shotguns. They're nice, very nice. Oh yes. So is it just conversion bits from Spellcrow? Accessories and terrain, conversion bits. It looks like it's just conversion bits. There's no actual minis, complete miniatures. Click on new product, see what it says. Yeah, it's just giving me loads of conversion bits for Marines and stuff. There, this guy looks like Mr. Incredible on the end. That's brilliant. The one that's closest to my face in the corner of the screen now looks like Mr. Incredible. Absolutely brilliant. Oh yes, some interesting looking minis there for fantasy, if that's your bag, or Kings of War, or you know, similar sort of game, or a game in a similar setting, I should say. Anyway, let's get back to the chat. Nerdy Tom's been very active in the chat. Ulthway regular Guardians, built on special forces, Yanden Wraith units, low living mortar count. Low living mortar count. I wonder what you were trying to say there. Low living model count? Probably model count. Samhan bikes, Samhan Ulthwa. Alitok snipers. It's hard getting chat right, isn't it? Rangers, what's the Rangers one? Alitok. Those are nice lads from Spellcrow. Morgan Ra's Dead Chaos as Craft World. I went with mostly beret heads with a mix of bandanas, pirates, and regular Spellcrow heads. Nice. Spellcrow quality casting, excellent to know. Their truck is complete. Their truck is complete? Agreed, Gar. Awesome stuff. Their truck, I'm guessing you mean that desert truck or desert buggy, whatever it was called. Let's have a quick look again. It looks pretty complete, but I don't think it's truck size. It looks a bit smaller. There we go. Oh, it is just say desert truck, doesn't it? So I wonder how big it is. It's 25 quid. Be nice. There we go. We've got a miniature next to it there. These are more like I wouldn't say that's truck sized, as in orc truck sized. They look like probably 25mm bases. That's smaller than an orc truck. That's more like a buggy size. That it looks complete though. Yeah. It looks like that's a complete miniature. The rest of them, most of them, by the looks of it, they're just bits. It's okay to get just bits because you can pick whichever bits you want, like running legs for some of your squads and so on and so forth. Oh, gas mask heads there as well. They'd be good for commandos. Plenty of options there to create different bands of boys if you wanted to. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it there. It's 28 minutes past 9, so I've been on for 2.5 hours. It's been a fun stream. Thanks for hanging out. Let me get to the bottom of this chat before I go there. Any Eldar on the Spellcrow site? Let's have a look. They'll be under elves, I'm sure. Not elves. Elves. Conversion bits. Oh, why does it do that? Conversion bits. Space elves. Let's have a quick look. Oh, bits of terrain. Space elf bikes. They're interesting looking jet bikes, aren't they? A different take on them for sure. You've got these sort of guardian, almost warp spider like heads. Interesting. Torsos, heads. Different options for Eldar helmets, and then they've got bald heads there. Yeah, they're alright looking. Leave a little to be desired on the Eldar side of things, in my opinion. The bikes are interesting, but I prefer just the Windrider jet bike you get from GW myself. Yeah, there we go. Let's get to the bottom of the chat, like I said. Buggy size, yeah, Rivets is saying. That's probably more like a buggy. It's a shame. Great show as always, my brother. Thanks for indulging us. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a fun stream again. It's good to get a bunch of regular people popping into the stream week after week. We've had 16 likes now and 10 watching at the minute. So we've had roughly about 10 watching for most of the show. It's been an excellent, fun stream to do with you all. Oh, it's Thingyception now, by the way. It's Videoception. We've got two me's. Let me go back to the face focus before I say goodbye. Been a very nice hang and chat, guys. Up early, so I'll bid you all good night. Take care, everyone. Take care, Rivets and Daka, or Gar, as you like to be called. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Make sure you check out everybody else that's in the chat and has a YouTube channel. So Frost and Fist, Rivets and Daka. Who else is in the chat that's got a YouTube channel? Grawley's Lair. Keep on trucking, lad. Check out Grawley's Lair. He's got some old videos up there, I'm sure, even if he's not done a video for 3 years. But yeah, plenty of other people have been popping in and out. Roxy the Riveter, for sure. I'll try to see if there's any other YouTubers. Modelling for Advantage, of course. Make sure you check out Modelling for Advantage. One of my favourite channels to watch at the minute. I really enjoy the enthusiasm that comes across on the channel quite well. Or the frustration at times as well. Even though I watch, now and again, I'll watch like a battle report for a game system I don't play. Flames of War, for example. Marcos Castellanos joined us in the chat earlier as well. Essex Boys, make sure you check out Essex Boys, especially if you want to see some cool terrain, cool boards in his battle reports, lots of stuff in there. Thanks very much for joining me, guys, as I've said already a couple of times. check out link to my Patreon. It's not in the comments below, but if you want to check out my Patreon, go to patreon.com/BigMacDanSkull. Check out all my other socials. Facebook, there is a page you can like, Big Mac Dan Skull on Facebook. There is also an Instagram you can follow if you don't already. I posted an image of the Ghazghkull I've been working on, so if you want to see it a bit clearer, what it's looking like with the Black Templar directly applied over the lead belch of paint, you can do so over on my Instagram. Take care, Nerdy Tom. You caught the last half hour. Thanks very much for joining me. It's been exciting times. Thanks very much for watching, guys. And I need to get my cursor over to the end stream button. And I'll see you on the battlefield.